Fortnite took the world by storm when it came out in 2017, and believe it or not, it's still going strong to this day. Millions of players log in every day to battle it out for the victory royale. So is the game just that much fun, or have the creators of Fortnite done something unnerving? Just recently, Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, had to settle for $500 million with the FTC due to children's privacy violations and deceptive game design mechanics that exploit spending. Why did this happen? Because Fortnite tapped into the very foundation of human behavior in the most manipulative way possible in gaming history. That human behavior: socialization. Remember the last time you really wanted to attend an event, but you couldn't go for some reason? You know that anxious feeling of wanting to be there and imagining how much fun others are having when you cannot? Now imagine if this feeling wasn't only exclusive to real-life events. What if you would fear missing out on virtual events of your favorite online battle royale game, Fortnite? Well, as it turns out, Fortnite has been exploiting the fear of missing out on people for years, which led to not only time and energy lost, but also increased impulsive spending. If you play Fortnite or other massive online multiplayer games regularly, then keep watching, as today I will dive deep into the psychology of human behavior which Fortnite and other similar video games manipulate to their advantage. Hi, my name is Cam Adair, and I'm the founder of GameQuitters.com. We help gamers and families get control over gaming so you can live a great life. Now, in order to do well in life, we need to understand the concept of FOMO. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is a term introduced in 2004 as a way to describe a common phenomenon appearing on social media sites. It makes sense that you would fear missing out on attending your best friend's wedding, going to that basketball game with your family, or missing an important job interview. Then how exactly does this part of human behavior transfer into the virtual world? Well, that's because it's part of the foundational social structure of our species. We want to not be left out of somebody inviting us to an event. We don't want to show that we are living a less quality of life than others on Instagram, and we want to have others see that we're doing something social. This exact fear of missing something that others are doing can be successfully transferred into the virtual world of online multiplayer video games. Unlike social media, though, video games have the ability to replicate real life to an incredible extent. When you are playing Fortnite, it happens in real time. You can use voice chat and you see all the other players running around you. This instantly creates a social atmosphere, and the longer you stay in it, the more attached you can become. However, this is just a surface level of how Fortnite simulates a social environment. Players running around in Fortnite don't all look the same. They usually have unique skins that they bought by purchasing them in the game store, or purchasing a battle pass and unlocking them through their play. Players in Fortnite also have different ways they can customize their character and be unique. The thing is that these skins and item customizations are not available to everyone all the time. The in-game store and the battle pass have a set time limit that once runs out, the items are gone and replaced with other new items. This urges the players to not miss out and buy while they still can. It's a classic psychological selling tactic of using something limited as an encouragement, but with a huge twist. It's scarcity in action. The twist is that it manipulates your social foundation as a human. Humans are social animals, and one major way we express ourselves to others is through the way that we dress. Our clothing has the capacity to send a message, show our status, our creativity, and so on. Some of you watching this, maybe you've been watching for a while, you'll see today I have different glasses, and I just bought these yesterday when I was in Bangkok. It's a new way for me to express myself. It's a way for me to be a bit creative and just find a different aspect of myself, to appear a bit different to the world. And while going through this store looking for new glasses, I was really considering, do I want to go with something kind of standard that I've had before, or do I want to switch to something new and express myself in a different way? As you can see, I decided to go with the latter, and now I have new glasses that gives me a different look. So this can also happen in Fortnite and in other realms as well. It's why it's so tempting to spend time and money on skins and other ways to customize our online characters. Those characters on screen are a representation of ourselves. In fact, in a 2017 study on why players buy in-game content, it was found that 2 of the 6 dimensions that influenced motivation and purchasing behavior were in fact social interaction and competition. Although most adults can notice when they are being exploited to buy in-game customization, in reality, because of this, you can see that FOMO directly impacts these two areas. Now, although some adults can notice when they're being manipulated through different commercial enterprises, it's a lot easier to be fooled if you're a child. Many of the Fortnite players are actual children, and like adults, children do compare themselves to others based on how they look and what they own. Just think about school. When you're going back to school, usually in the first fall semester back, you want to go back to school shopping. You want to get a whole new outfit, and you really want to kind of come to school with a fresh look. If you're younger, you might be more prone to FOMO or impulsive spending, which brings us to our next point. There was a story when Fortnite first came out from a school teacher who reported that students at school were being bullied because they only had the default Fortnite skin. In fact, they were being called defaults at school. Now, this situation sounds a bit silly, but that's exactly what happened. Children were being bullied into begging their parents for money to spend on Fortnite so they could avoid being bullied at school. Now, you remember that settlement of Epic Games with the FTC for $500 million due to privacy violations for children and exploitative game design mechanics for spending. Well, things like this don't just happen in Fortnite. They happen in most games out there today. Modern video games leverage human psychology against their users in order to maximize time played and money earned. Games are intentionally designed using behavioral psychologists to analyze data and maximize retention, even if a game like Fortnite is advertised as a free-to-play game. Now, one way Fortnite does this is through their timers when it comes to skins and battle passes, also through their in-game events. Every 8 to 10 weeks, Fortnite releases a new season. Now, usually that season involves a change to the map and new storylines. At the core, the gameplay stays the same, but creative trailers and little adjustments urge players to keep coming back again and again, increasing fear of missing out. What if you miss a really cool season? Well, that's exactly how they get you. When you log into Fortnite, there's new content, there's new skins, there's new opportunities, and that's why you log in day after day. In-game events with Fortnite combine fear of missing out with the opportunity to impulsively spend money. This makes you more attached to your play and keeps you coming back. Now, you probably understand that FOMO and the impulsive spending associated with it is not just a small thing, but something that video game companies spend millions of dollars in order to find the best angles to exploit. If you're a regular Fortnite player, what can you do to protect yourself from these manipulative tactics? To some extent, fear of missing out cannot be avoided, as whatever you do in life, you might sacrifice something else that you would also want to do. We only have so much time in the day. When it comes to video games and in-game content, there is almost always a never-ending amount of new video games being released, and that creates a backlog of games and experiences within those games that you want to complete. So the first step is to realize that whenever you are feeling FOMO, it's usually a trick by your brain and it doesn't actually represent reality. When you feel the urge to log back into Fortnite again because a new and exciting season just came out, you have to stop yourself and notice that fear of missing out coming in. FOMO is an emotional response, so the key is to combat it by being more conscious of your emotional state. FOMO is just a feeling, and when you find yourself in that emotion, you need to give yourself some space to allow the emotional charge to reduce before following through with an action you will regret. The easiest way to stay clear of FOMO is to have clear boundaries in your life about what you will and will not do. This takes the emotional decision-making process away, and instead, we define our limits when we are in a more rational state. This happens because when we're in an emotional state such as FOMO, our minds begin to craft all sorts of rationalizations and justifications to do the thing that our brain wants to do. It's just one game. It's just a couple of dollars for that new skin. I'm bored anyway, so why not just play a bit and have some fun? These are what we call cognitive distortions. They are the way we rationalize our behavior to give in or avoid feeling the emotion we're feeling in the moment. So by having predefined limits and boundaries, we are better equipped to navigate these cognitive distortions, rationalizations, and justifications trying to make us take the wrong action. Many times when we feel FOMO in our lives, it's because the brain senses that the thing might be pleasurable for us more than other things we could be doing. But this is where we can trick our brain using its own psychology, and this is called JOMO, the joy of missing out. Instead of missing the Fortnite season being a painful experience, it's actually an enjoyable one. Imagine that. I'm happy to not be playing Fortnite, or any video game for that matter. Why? Because all gaming did was bring destruction to my life. All gaming did was give me temporary fun for long-term unhappiness. So now it's a joy for me not to play, instead of a bummer to be missing out. Just like video game companies can trick our minds into us playing and spending money, we can also use our brains to our advantage. And this starts with leveraging our psychology for our benefit instead of our destruction, which you can learn more about in this video on the sunk cost fallacy.